we're going live. Here we go. And we are live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome to youtube.com/DanielGiza412. We are back in business here. We got all those technical difficulties put to the side. And today I am joined by a very special guest, my good friend, Keith Collins, actor, director, stunt coordinator, producer, and it is great to finally have you back here on the channel. I hope the audio is coming across clear, because I am hearing a little bit of latency. I don't know if that's on my end or your end, but okay, that's okay. Let me just make sure we are all set here, and as far as... Okay, we're good. Okay. So, those of you watching live, if you can hear us, if everything is going good, if the audio is coming across clear, please let us know. Just to make sure. Okay, I think we should be good here. But let me get you back up here, Keith. All right. Thank you again for joining me for this live review. It is great to have you up here on the channel. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, your background, what you do, you know, stunts, acting, filmmaking, directing, and all of that good stuff. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Nice. So that's just a little bit about your background. We have a number of questions here to go over. So again, thank you for giving me some of your time. I really appreciate it. So, without further... Absolutely. So without further ado, question number 1 here on the list. Who or what inspired you to get involved with filmmaking? Nice. Very nice. Question number 2 here. What has been your favorite project to work on so far, and why was that your favorite project? Nice. We will definitely talk about Maximillian. If you want to talk about it now, we can go right to that question because I'm glad you brought it up. You recently released your first full-length feature film, Maximillian. Saw it in theaters. It was awesome in May. Just describe, absolutely, what was it like working on that project from start to finish, directing this film? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. If you want to talk a little bit about it, the way that the fights were put together in that film, they were so well done. Especially that, did you say it was 9 minute long fight scene? That was badass. Well, just watching, being able to watch it, I definitely see the comparisons between Bruce Lee and Chuck. That's one of my favorite fights of all time. So, but I really thought that everybody did a fantastic job. And just describe, what's the creative process like at the beginning, like trying to put everything together? How do you go about doing that? Like, what's your style of getting something like this started and off the ground? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And how long did you say it took to complete Max? How long from start to finish? From beginning? Well, I know you're still even working on it now. Wow. Okay. Okay. And didn't you mention that it's gonna, you're getting some, hearing back from people about it? You've submitted it to. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that, like how it's doing out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Definitely. Definitely. Well, my next question here I was going to ask is, it's about filmmaking. What is your favorite? It's a two-part question here. Your most favorite part about filmmaking and kind of your least favorite, if you had to pick, if there even is a least favorite thing about it, like something that just kind of... Right. Mm-hmm. All right, all right. Well, let's talk a little bit about martial arts, because I know you have a background in that. How long have you been doing martial arts? Specifically, what type of martial arts, and how has that made a difference in your life to date? Hayden just told me we can't hear you. Oh my god. No! I might have a mental breakdown on air here. We're live! God damn it, pal, we're live! What? Keith, I want to hear your sexy voice. I'm sorry that got to me. Anyway, son of a... I'll keep it together. I got this. We will figure this... You're not... No, I can hear you. It's just the audience can't. We're having a great conversation here. Hold on. I think... Wait, I think I know what I gotta do. I got this. Hold on. Okay, Hayden, you're watching. I'm gonna pull Keith's audio up now. See if that worked. You can hear me. Okay, Keith, try and talk now. Anything. There is a lag. He can hear... Okay. I can't believe we... I mean, I will edit that out. We will get this fixed, but I do apologize, folks. You can hear me, but we need to hear the man that I'm supposed to be interviewing here. Yes, you can hear Keith now. All right. Here we go. We're going to start... All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to youtube.com/DanielGuys412. Still nothing. Yes. What the heck? I'm sorry, Keith. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna unmute everything, but I don't know if that'll help. Let me try that. Yes. Let me turn that up. That might create an echo, though. What the heck? I'm sorry.
Now.
I'm sorry.
All right, can you hear me?
No, I can't hear
I say you still can't hear me.
I'm unmuting everything. Okay, everything is unmuted on the stream. There's desktop audio. No, he can't hear you. Oh my god.
Oh no. Nobody said anything.
Oh no.
I say you still can't hear me. I say you still can't hear me.
And then I'm getting an echo in my voice. I don't... Oh, You're either getting on or you're getting off. I knew he was going to say that. Okay. Hey, wait. Wait, you did hear you. Okay, wait. Video capture device. That's... Wait. Yeah, you're right there.
Hayden,
Hayden, it might be...
echo, but I can hear him.
Yeah, let me just double check. I got the video here on my phone. Hold on. Wait, you did hear you. Okay, wait, you did
This is hilarious.
Or hold on.
I don't know. Now he said I can hear him, so we're good. Let's
Wait, we
just keep
did. Wait, we
going.
did have you. We have audio. Hold on. Okay, are we good? Are we live? Can you hear?
Yeah, we're still live. I see. I still see us. We down to 3 people though.
There's an echo, but I can hear him.
Yeah, Keith.
I don't know what I touched, but I think I got your audio queued up. I don't know what that echo is. I can't get rid of that, but I can deal with that.
So
We're working out the bugs, folks.
so what are you?
He said mute my playback. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I mute the Google, well, if I mute
No,
this,
no. You just keep talking. We're gonna keep going. That's what we're gonna do.
Sure. Okay. Let me just make sure. I don't know why that playback. Working out the bugs, folks.
So what are you? So what are you?
He said mute my playback. Anyway, Keith, I'm sorry. Let's get this interview back on track.
All right. All right.
You want to start over?
Well, like I said, I think I think you could hear me before, so we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going.
I don't even know what question. Here, well, martial arts, your background.
Kenpo Jiu-Jitsu. And Kenpo and Jiu-Jitsu. My father taught me since I was, a young kid, about 2. And I I went on my own and studied a few different other martial arts just to get, a background in them, from like Silat, judo, Krav Maga, and create my own little style.
I'm sorry. I really gotta fix this back. Oh my god. It's just one thing after another with this. I'm getting some serious feedback here.
It's funny, on the actual feed, there is no feedback though.
There's no as long as the stream's good, as long as I can hear you. That was my
the stream is good.
Okay.
On both, like you and me are good.
All right. So anyway, continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
It's funny oh no, I was done.
Oh, okay. Well, next question here, because this interview is all over the place. You've also been a stunt coordinator on a variety of projects. Describe the process of, you said, coming up with fights for the projects you've worked on, and what can be some of the challenges that you've faced as well.
Coming up with fights for projects is not hard, as long as I know the story and why they're fighting, motivation, things of that nature. I do. I look at the fight as like its own mini story, and one of those examples to that is a fight scene I did with Jason Wang in his movie Project E1337, and our goal was to try to make a fight that told a story as to what was going on, and I've always carried that with making a fight. And then when it gets into the technicalities of making a fight, I look at it as a dance, and it's about rhythm and movement. It's almost like the person you're fighting is your dance partner, and you guys are trying to make everybody believe in that fight, entertain people with that fight. The hardest thing with making fights is when either you don't get enough time to make the fight that it could be, or you're working with people who don't understand fighting to begin with, so they can look a little awkward, and you don't get enough time to make them the fighter that you need them to be. You know what I mean?
Right. By the way, we fixed. There's no more interference. Audio is perfect. I figured out what was wrong, so we're good to go. So now we can just enjoy this conversation.
All right. Good.
So what I wanted to ask you was, and Hayden's happy. Yay. Okay. Good. So as far as do you prefer working with people that have a lot of experience, or do you like training people and showing them the rope? Because we'll talk about training. Do you have a preference, or are you kind of like you're working with a little bit of everybody, or having like some? I'm trying to explain this best I can. Like when you're working on a project, do you like to have a people that have had experience, new people, and
Mhm.
kind of like throw them all together and you see what you can come up with? If that's
I like working with everybody. I mean, it's
yeah,
people who don't have experience. It's easier to work with them through time. Like the
right.
more time you have, the better you can make them.
Mm-hmm.
People with experience, it's just it's a quicker experience. You know what I mean? Like you can give them their movements and then they'll just get right to it. Um, like martial artists, they're pretty easy to work with. Dancers are extremely easy to work with.
Yes.
Actors who don't really have that who don't really have that experience, you gotta like work with them, especially if they don't have like fight experience. So, let's say I'm dealing with somebody who's an actor, but he's done boxing. It'll be easier to work with him
Mm-hmm.
than it will be to work with somebody who doesn't have any fight experience. But if let's say they have no fight experience, but they have dance experience,
Hey.
they'll find it just as easy, as being a martial artist. It's not hard.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see here. So, I didn't get a chance to ask you yet. As you've done acting, I know you mentioned. What has been your favorite project as an actor to work on to date, and why was that your favorite project?
I hate acting.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm not a. I
Not
personally
okay.
don't think I'm the best actor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I I can't say that there is a role that I'm like, oh, it was that great because I've had fun doing them all.
Sure.
Um, the last role that I did was in Wuxia 2. I was Earth, and I definitely enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, but most of the roles that I end up playing, and I just have fun doing anyway. I have fun doing it, but
Okay.
overall, I think I'm a terrible actor. I don't know why people want to cast me.
So actually, that dovetails nicely into my next question. So you've acted, you produce, you do stunt choreography. I'm probably missing if you do done editing. I mean, you've really done everything. Do you have a personal preference of what's your favorite? If you had to pick, like, oh man, I can't wait to do that because it's not acting. It's not
It's,
like
yeah. That actor's on the least
it's on the
last
bottom of the
thing on
list.
my list. I like directing, editing.
Yep.
I'm starting to like visual effects a lot more, but probably number one would be making fights. I love fight choreography. I like stunt coordinating. But right behind that would be directing and editing, probably tied. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Okay. Speaking of, let's see. Well, that was one of my questions. So, wow, I didn't even realize that. What I was also going to ask is, we got to talk about the Kane Action Team. Shout out to
Yeah.
kaneactionteam.com. Be sure to visit the website. Cheap plug. What prompted you to join? When did you join? And yeah, just really tell us about how that journey came together.
An
That
action
process.
team probably joined in its humble beginnings, like somewhere around like 2013, 14.
Oh wow.
Um, me and Matt met on the set of Project E1337,
Mm-hmm.
and we just got to talking. He was like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to start this stunt team," and I'm like, "For real?" I was like, "Man, that'd be perfect. Let me, I'd love to be a part of it." So we got together, and really started helping each other to really try to build up Kane Action Team to be something. Matt Kane is the founder of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I pretty much would be like the big brother of it, like
You've been there since its birth. You were there when it was birth.
yeah, like I came there like at its humble beginnings.
Okay. Wow. That was 5, 6 years ago. That's hard to believe. You've seen it
Yeah,
grow and expand, and we've had what, almost 20 people now, at least on the team, and we've
yeah,
had many more outside of that just work with them alone. And how many projects? I mean, it's a great. I mean, for me alone, it's been a great avenue. Opened up so
yeah,
much opportunities in my life. I mean, I'm so grateful for it. And it's just, man, see where it
uh,
started, and especially you've been there from where it started to where it's going to. I mean, maybe describe that process and that journey of how you get something like that off the ground and helped and what.
it's sort of. I mean, it's sort of weird. Like it's like one day it's just you and maybe two other people, and then the next thing you know, it's like a whole bunch of people. Like it's hard to even really explain how it all goes down or how it happens. It's just sort of happens. I don't know if it's based on us just being in enough movies or
Hmm.
people sort of seeing us, people liking us. I don't know. It's weird. Like I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Okay. Works for me. And like I said, visit canactionteam.com for all the latest info on the team. And if you want to apply and you're in the Ohio area, we'd love to have you. Let's see here. So we talked about that. We talked about filmmaking, favorite project. Let's see what else we got here. Here we go. So we did mention earlier you do fight choreographies. You're very good at that. You helped choreograph one of my first fights on set for Wuxia 2, The Code. Be sure to check out the trailer. It's on my channel. It's gonna be phenomenal on Friday night if you're in Euclid, Ohio. Come out and see that film. It's gonna kick ass. So you're doing an upcoming actors fight workshop in Garfield Heights, Ohio on September 7th. You want to tell the audience a little bit about that? If anybody happens to be watching out there and maybe they'd want to participate.
So this will be the second fight actors fight workshop that I'll be doing. It's for actors who really want to understand um, fighting and doing those stunts while they fight. So they'll learn how to take a punch, how to take a kick, how to fall, and eventually film a fight scene to really get themselves acclimated to how it feels to do a fight scene.
Mhm.
It's very physical. So if you really want to learn how to do it, that's exactly what you want to do.
Okay. What do you enjoy most about it? Like the process of just teaching people, and just watching them succeed at the end, and then you put all that hard work together, and you're like, make your own fight, and then just to see what they're able to come up with, and that satisfaction and that joy. I mean, that's got to probably feel really, really rewarding.
It does. I mean, it's great because these are actors and actresses who actually really want to add on to their craft. So being able to help them add on something to their resume is going to be helpful because I've had actresses actually tell me they've gotten you know um, uh, spots or you know they've gotten actual jobs
Mhm.
because they knew how to fall. Simply know how to fall. You know what I mean? Got them the job. So it's like yes, you know what I mean. This what you're learning actually is helping. You know,
Nice. So that's September 7th. Time on that as well?
September 7th. It is 10 to 3,
And you got
and lunch will be provided.
lunch? Okay. 125 to join if you're interested, correct?
It's 125. It's 125, and the 125 is actually due August 25th.
August 25th. So there you go. If you're in the area, if you're interested, hit up Keith Collins. Now, next question here that I wanted to ask you. What to you is an important trait or aspect? Well, it's kind of an acting question. So,
Yeah.
trait or aspect in terms of acting that you like to bring to the characters that you have portrayed on film? Were there any traits or aspects maybe from your own personality that you kind of like to throw into the roles that you're given, or like, anything
Um,
like that? What you've been able to play so far in terms of characters on film?
to be honest, like every character so far that I played on film has always been like a commanding
Okay.
person. I don't know why they always want me to be the person to tell people what to do and bark orders. Um, uh, I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know, but I mean I like the roles. I mean I my if I were to act in something, I like to play a bad.
I was gonna say, if you had to pick,
It's not the bad guy, the like right hand man. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Well, they always get cool death scenes too. You always think, how are you gonna take them out the head? Always, like in the Bond movies, whether it's Jaws or whoever, like
Yeah,
they always
yeah.
get a cool way to go out.
That's the way I. That's what I would want to be. I would want to be like that right hand man. Get that fight scene, get killed, and move on.
Okay. Would you want to have a gimmick like metal teeth or like Odd Job with the hat or something like that, or no?
Oh man, I don't know. I'd have to think of something crazy.
There's been so many. I'm just talking about Bond alone. I mean, I'm just thinking of all the memorable. They always got to have a memorable henchman, which is something I feel like they've kind of lost over the years. And
Yeah,
Batista was good though. Of course, they're not
right.
bringing him back, but I thought he did good in Spectre. If you haven't seen that, I don't think you've seen that film, but not that good. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to bore you people with Bond talk. We're here to talk with Keith Collins. Next question here. We got Masters of the Dragon Blade coming up. Would you like to talk about that?
Masters of the Dragon Blade.
For those that
Um,
don't know.
Masters of the Dragon Blade is almost a two-part project when you really think about it, because it's going to be a web series and it's going to be a video. So the show itself is in explaining It's gonna be a martial arts style WWE. That's the best way to try to explain, you know. But the video game, is probably gonna come out before the show,
Hmm.
and we're looking forward to that coming out. It's still in development,
Hmm.
and it will more than likely be on PC and Switch.
PC and Switch. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm really looking forward to working with you guys on that. It's going to be a great project. Stay tuned. It'll be on definitely be on Facebook Live, correct?
Yeah, we're actually gonna premiere the web series on Facebook.
So
So it'll
details
be
to come.
Facebook Live, Facebook Watch show.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Good stuff. Also, I did want to ask if you wanted to talk about, anything, what you got coming in the future, or anything you want to share, like what you're looking forward to working on next, or.
Um, I do have a couple projects that will be coming up soon. Probably the biggest project that'll be coming up sooner than later is another fan film project
Mm-hmm.
called RVW, which pretty much stands for Red Hood versus Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to like really catching people with that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll probably be doing another feature project soon, which will be an action film. But that one is still, in pre production. So
There's a
uh,
long way to go. It's
yeah,
just a
yeah,
long
it's
process.
definitely gonna be action film,
Okay.
and it's definitely gonna be, uh, hopefully a step up from even what Maximillian.
Nice. Nice. I'm trying to think of another question. I had one here off the top of my head. So, if you were given an unlimited budget and come up with anything, I don't know if you'd be able to answer this. Like, what would you want to come up with? It could be action, could be drama, could be any genre. Like,
Um,
you given as much money as you want, go out there and make the film that you've always wanted to make.
It'd more than likely be it'd be an action sci-fi film.
Okay.
Heavy action, probably set in like a cyberpunk setting.
Ooh,
That's what I would do.
that would be cool. That would
Because
be
then I
cool.
could, play around with the environments and the colors and weapons and,
Yep.
just create, whatever type of character I want, that's probably what I do.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to talk about Wuxia? I know we mentioned it. I mean, you
Yeah.
were a big part of that film. You were what? You did the stunt choreography. Were you also producer?
Yes,
You
I
were a
was producer
producer. I
on the
thought. Okay,
project.
just wanted to make
I was
sure.
an
And
actor in the
actor.
project.
So you really had a lot of hats on for that project. I got the chance to work alongside you towards the end. Came on towards the end of November of that
Yeah.
project. Do you want to talk about it a little bit since it's coming up on Friday?
So Wusha 2 is the sequel to the short film that we created, Wusha, where it was a group known as the Elements, were pretty much initiating two guys into the elements. And part two continues that story. Um, Wusha 2 is a sci-fi martial arts adventure starring Ben Zareki
Mm-hmm.
and Crystal Panther. And they do a great job. You know what I mean? They do an amazing job. Good fights, good story, and I'm looking forward to seeing what people, or how people, take this movie.
It'll definitely be a packed house on Friday night. I will be
Yeah.
there. You'll be there. Hayden will be there. Ben, Matt, Jerry. Everybody will be there, and we cannot wait for that. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions here I want to ask you before we turn it over, because we do have one question here from Hayden. He did want to ask, Keith, do you have a company helping with the game, or is it just you learning as you go?
Yeah, I just for that I actually, we have a small group helping us make it, but we're all independent. It's all independent, and it'll be coming together. We have programmers and producers, so we're looking forward to it. I'm the video game. I'm probably really excited about because that's something that I've dreamed of all this time.
Mm-hmm.
To actually do a video game, and this is going to be a fighting video game, so this is going to be real fun.
In
You know what I
vein
mean?
of, you said almost a Mortal Kombat some inspiration from that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Mortal Kombat inspired. It won't be, rated mature.
No.
But if you loved, like, if you harken the days of the original Mortal Kombat with that style of graphics, it's gonna be similar to that, of course, with better technology because we moved up a bit.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna ask, like, how do you scan? If you want to kind of describe how that. I don't know if you've done any of that yet, or how that
Um,
process goes.
the process is almost no different than filming somebody on a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
You just get your characters one by one on a green screen and do all their move sets, and then from there you got to program it, into the game so that when somebody presses the button, this is what'll happen. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Well, if anybody watching live, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them at this time, and I'll,
On the chat on the side here.
yes.
Okay.
I think what else? I just had a question, and I hate when it escapes from my brain because it was a really good one too. Oh, for fights, the most difficult stunt you've ever had to perform, and how did you overcome like that fear, or maybe like trying to learn it and put it all together? If you could think of like one really tough move that you had to do, or some fall.
Not really the toughest, but I mean the one that I felt the worst in the morning was when I went through a table.
You went through a table.
Yeah, like I got thrown through a table,
Oh my god.
and I mean when I did it, I was fine, but when I drove home, and I got out the car, that was a different story. You know what I mean? Like
What
that's
project
probably.
did you go through a table on?
I went through a table on a movie project called Bust.
Ah.
Movie directed by Peter Moran. It was an awesome movie.
Hmm.
Definitely in the vein of like the Raid.
Mm.
I don't know where you guys can watch it, but
I was gonna say I want to check that out now. I gotta see you going through a table.
yeah, I went through a table. It was fun. It was all fun.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you're learning new stunts, are you generally pretty comfortable at this point because you have the martial arts background, you've had the years of experience, or is there you still get kind of maybe a little when you're learning something new? Is it a bit of a challenge, or how do you learn new stunts and add those to your repertoire? Do you have like a certain method, or break it down
Um,
piece by piece?
you just sort of like when you're in it, just sort of do it. And then after it's over, you usually are like, oh crap, I feel I feel what we did here. The older I get, the more I feel it, or the longer I feel it. And
Okay.
that's what.
Okay. Well, Hayden says he wants to go through a table. Can we do that at practice on Saturday?
We try to make that happen. We try to make that
If you
happen.
request it, it will happen.
Yeah, we'll try to make that happen.
Well, speaking of, because I'm fixated on this table, was it like kind of the tables they put people through in wrestling, or what type of was it? A gimmick table,
No,
or
it was like a coffee table, and they actually rigged it so that it will break.
oh, so
And they
when
can
you
actually put it
go,
back together.
okay, did you kind of get like a power? I'm thinking of a power bomb through it, or
I got a shoulder throw, so the dude
ah,
shoulder threw me right into it,
snapped.
and broke it. I think I had to do it. No, I only had to do it once.
I was gonna
They
say,
got
what
the shot.
happens if you got to do that again? How does that work? If like you mess up, does it like can you just gimmick it back up to the fix it?
So
Or?
so pretty much because they rigged the table,
Yeah.
like break a certain way. Once you break it, if they have to do it again, all they do is just sort of piece it back together, like and then they yeah, and then you do it again, and then I was just lucky enough that when I went through
Get on
the
that
table,
first take.
and it was good.
Okay, that's nice because I've already seen where you have to do it. Sometimes it'll take after take after take after take till you get it just right, and that's just a
Right.
part of the filmmaking process. It really is. But when it all comes together, man, is it magic? It really is. When you nail that perfect take, there's not a better feeling in the world.
Right. Yeah, no, it is. Like I said, when I went through it, man, I was like on a high. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I did it!
And,
Woohoo!
got in the car, was driving home, and got out the car.
Yeah.
In that ride home, I was like my muscles settled, and I was like, oh man, I went through a table.
Full that adrenaline. Then the next day, probably, oh god, I went through that
Right.
table.
Right.
That is awesome. Looking here for audience questions. If anybody wants to ask them now. Anybody? Maybe not. Okay.
Right.
I'm trying to think what else here. If there's anything else you want to talk about, do you want to
No.
share?
I think we covered everything,
Pretty much
man.
everything. I hope they were able to hear the first half. That was my only concern. Now that we got the audio working, I do apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. First live stream of the new era here, so we're gonna get the bugs worked out. But yeah, trying to think what else here. I mean, I'm just Maximillian. I'm still impressed with how that was so freaking good. Like and you didn't even have like a big budget or anything. I thought it came across like a well put together. It could compete with some of the movies out there tonight. I thought it was one of the better action films I've seen all year, and I'm not just saying that because it was good.
Thank you, thank you. I was surprised, like you, when it got reviewed by one of the big action bloggers. They said it was one of the best action films of the 2010s, and I was taken aback. I was like, "What?"
Because it was
You know?
simple, and
Yeah,
it was fun. Like you could tell you guys were having so much fun. And there was
yeah,
comedy, and it was serious, but the plot wasn't overly complicated. Where as a casual, I could follow along. I didn't have to be like, "Oh, there's all this backstory." You kept it
cool.
simple. There's some good guys. There's some bad guys. There's some people that we don't know what side they're on, and you throw them all in this room, and they're gonna have a hell of a fight scene, and they duke it out, and yeah, I mean, it just to me, the pacing was on point. It was just it
Thank you.
flew like a bullet. That's the type of it just felt like, boo, man, that's over already. I want to see it again. That's how much I like that film. I want to see it again.
Awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad. I hope more. Like I said, it was made for people who just like action films. You know,
Sure.
that's what it was.
Okay. And that'll be coming soon to Blu-ray. It will be coming out, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, yeah,
So once it's released, I will
definitely.
definitely be picking up a copy. Anything else you want to say here before we wrap this up? I don't see any comments. Feel free to ask them now,
Yep.
guys, in the live chat.
You know what? I want to thank Kane Action Team.
Yes.
We've been growing these years, and it's like we're one big family. I got to thank you guys. I'd like to thank the Stunt Predators. That's Rick Fike's stunt team. They really helped out for Maximillian. A lot of his stunt people, were able to come and help. So, I'd love to thank those guys. I'd love to thank Johnny Woo,
Oh yeah.
executive producer. Um, he definitely has been a great help to, not only, my filmmaking, but also, just allowing me to, spread my wings in action, to make fights, things of that nature. Um, uh, who else? Just I just enjoy, doing this, helping everybody. Um, you know, make action for their movies, and looking forward to hopefully working with more people who want to, make that type of action too.
Awesome. Well said. Well, thank you again for coming on here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412. You're always welcome back up here on the channel whenever. If you ever want to do this again, feel free. And where can people find you? Where's the best way for them to
Um,
follow your work? Or I'll include those in the description box after.
um, yeah, YouTube is, youtube.com/Kiko II. That's a KEICOII. You can see a lot of my work there because, I've done action movies and I've done horror films too. That's my other thing that I do. And you can follow me, same thing, Instagram, same name, Kiko I, KEICOII on Instagram.
All right, sounds good. And everybody, thank you again for tuning in here to youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for my live interview with the man, Keith Collins. And well, we're not going to restart now, but anyway, you know where to find me here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for all my latest thoughts. Be sure to check out my SummerSlam live review. We broke down the biggest pay-per-view of the summer with The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, making his eerie, creepy entrance. We had Charlotte versus Trish Stratus. Woo! We had the Beast Brock Lesnar be destroyed by Seth freaking Rollins. So check out my live review, live reactions for all the SummerSlam matches that I did. Clash of Champions predictions coming up here. Gonna be doing more personal vlogs, Raw reviews, pay-per-view reviews. It is here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412. We are out, and thank you again, Keith, for joining me. Links to his information can be found down below in the description box. So until then, guys, thank you all for watching, and I bid you adieu.